Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Let's get started. D, what got you off the couch this week?
I went to London, Alex. I drove there. It took 2 hours, but I'm back.
Wow, why did you go to London?
Because it was for work. Alex, what did you do?
Oh, wow. What did you do in London? Why were you in London?
I saw nothing. London is a boring city. No offense to anyone that lives there. People say it is the richest city in Ontario. I could not see that. It was like Oshawa, but worse.
I can't go west of Toronto because there's too many bad memories.
What happened?
What? What?
What?
Just a lot of bad news in a lot of places.
Bad news bears all over again.
I love Hamilton. I actually think Hamilton's beautiful.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think people just made it trendy because it was affordable when really it's gross. Okay, if your nickname is the Hammer, gross.
We're not making any fans this episode.
So what did you do this week? Let's play the guessing game. Did you go skydiving?
No.
Did you donate a kidney?
No.
Did you save an animal?
No.
Did you clean your apartment?
Yes.
Well, that's not leaving your house, so guess what? You failed. We don't know where he went. He's actually crying under the table because he just realized he had a whole week to do something and didn't do it.
I was busy, but nothing that's fun or interesting.
Wait, what kept you from doing stuff? That's interesting. People have busy lives.
I was working.
Where do you work?
I work at
Or do you not want them to know?
It doesn't matter.
You work at the circus.
I work at the circus.
Wow.
Yeah. D, what are we doing this week?
This week, we're doing Millennial Myths. Myths.
Okay, what Millennial Myths? I have no context for what those words mean.
I'm going to ask Alex some trivia, and we're going to test your knowledge and Alex's if we know about millennials. So, Alex, guess the time frame for millennials. Like, when would you have to be born to be considered a millennial?
We're talking about the generation of people.
Yes.
That we are a part of.
Well, I don't. That's giving away an answer. If that's an answer.
87, 86, 87 is what I would say. Like that's the millennials, but I don't know if that's true.
So, based on Google, millennials, also known as Generation Y, are born between 1981 and 1995.
Oh, wow, I meant like 87 to now.
Nope. You guys, the ones now, I think they're called like Genie iGen.
iGen.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is so much worse than millennials.
Yeah, Apple, you
much
claimed
worse.
an entire generation. Good for you. Wow.
Or Gen Z, which just sounds like a horrible take on Degrassi.
Okay. What other things?
Okay, Alex, guess the definition of millennial.
The definition of millennial.
Yeah.
That's very broad.
So if you were to type into Google, millennial, define.
Defined by who? Because I think that's huge, is like who's defining what a millennial is. I think it's going to change. Are we going for like an empirical, like objective blanket term?
This one's from UrbanDictionary.com. This is their second top answer. Millennial, a term used by insecure idiots to dismiss somebody between the age of 10 to 35. This is their example. You millennials are entitled and selfish for playing video games because we had to play outside. No wonder you don't have a girlfriend/boyfriend. Kid, whatever. Enjoy your midlife crisis, dickweed. That is their second top one.
Okay. See, that's a big deal because that definition would change very drastically from like somebody else who would use like the hey, you're a millennial, so like you don't understand kind of thing. That's why I was asking. I was looking for context.
Question 2.
To the second question.
Millennials, are they worse off than their parents?
Yep.
That's correct.
Move on. We don't have to talk about that.
It says
it'll
a bit
make me
more,
sad.
but really it's just like, yeah, our at-home pay, like the amount we take home, basically like the dollar value's gone down since our parents have been working, so we actually make less.
Yep. I don't know anyone who has like a 5-year plan that actually involves like having a house that they own.
Unless they're a trust fund kid, which like, bless. You're lucky.
Good for you.
Okay, question 3.
Millennial. Dun, 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 dun. Millennial. Dun, 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 dun. You don't know the song I'm doing.
I kind of just want to move on. Are millennials more health conscious?
I think there's a big push for it. A lot of people I know are big health buffs, big fitness buffs. I always feel like a big slob when I pull out like a bag of potato chips, which I often do.
I love potato chips.
They are so good.
You should always have them in your house.
Yeah.
It's like
But I would say yes to that.
that millennials are more health conscious?
Yes.
That is in fact a myth.
What?
This is what it says. Despite what some sources will have you believe, millennials are not all stretched out in plotty poses. They're the first generation where over half were overweight while still in their 20s. Because remember, we cover quite a bit of an age gap. So, thanks to the kind of first half of this generation, how half of us are overweight.
Hooray!
Thanks, guys. Question
4.
Are millennials more socially liberal on issues like homosexuality and gender fluidity?
See, this is a hard one because I would say yes immediately because everyone I know is very left wing.
We live in a big city.
But I mean, it's a huge portion of people, and you can't just be like, yeah, all of our generation is liberal. That's insane, and it would be insane to think that.
You're correct, it is a myth.
Hooray!
In terms of key social issues like gender equality, homosexuality, and the death penalty, there's surprisingly little difference between the views of millennials and older generations like Generation X and the baby boomers.
Yep, people are still just as wrong at our age.
So this article says it's not based on your generation, it's more based off where you live. Which sucks. Because if you're an outlier, like you live in a small town and you're super gender fluid and you're like, I love whoever I want, you should probably move to a big city where people are like, hells yeah, alive, are you feeling alive? Are millennials having more sex than other generations?
No, they're having less sex. I know this because of studies.
This is actually where we are having less sex. That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have way less, on average, we have way less sexual partners than our parents and grandparents did. It's just been going down over the years. Have more sex!
So those are like iPhone questions. I think the other ones that we get a lot are millennials really like millennial pink. But it's
millennial pink?
Yeah, millennial pink.
I don't know what
it is
this
like
means.
a very soft baby pink. That's like, it's cheap but trendy. And I think that really defines us.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Another one is that we're never gonna own houses because we spend all of our money on avocados.
No, we're never gonna own houses because of the fucking economy.
Because we can't have, I don't think I know someone with one job. All my friends have multiple jobs.
Yep.
There's someone in the Ontario Liberals that was like, no, it's the trendy new thing. All like young people love it. And I just wanted to smack them and be like, no, all we want is like a regular job with a pension and healthcare and benefits. I would love to go to the dentist. Anyway, that was my little rant.
I think the big one for me is that just millennials are lazy.
Yeah.
And that there's so many of us. And I'm sure many of us are lazy shits. I would consider myself a lazy shit. I don't know why people haven't gotten that into their heads yet. You can't just generalize an entire group of people.
Another one is that because when we were in school, they gave out so many like participation ribbons and like gold stars that now we all have this like, if we aren't getting praised constantly, then like our egos are shattered. So then we're just like, I'm not worth anything.
Yeah, and there are people like that out there, but like I knew every track and field day when I went home with nothing but a participation ribbon.
Not a good feeling.
No, I knew that wasn't a you won today. That was a fuck you ribbon. I knew that meant I fucked up. I have legitimate hatred over the participant ribbon, and not because I'm like, this has made me less of a man. I'm like, look.
It's more like, like...
You're not good. So like in a weird way, it's made our self-esteem even worse, but not because we're not being praised. It's because like, there's a lot of false praise.
Another one is we don't know how to write checks.
I did that for a class I'm going to take in an hour. So what
Myth
are you going to do?
proven false.
Done. Yeah! We've hit a lot of hot button topics today.
But like we've grazed them. Like
Yeah.
I feel like we could really go more in depth. Like,
we've just sort of like jumped on little topic lily pads.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm super excited for next week because it starts off October Aganza.
October Aganza.
Which, get ready. We got you covered. For all those poor people like myself that can't make costumes or afford them, got you covered.
We've got you covered for people who aren't creative when it comes to making costumes and stuff.
Got you covered.
Got your back.
For people that really are into makeup, I am watching so many makeup gurus to figure out how to do that. Because we got that covered.
For people who like to talk about horror movies in a very pretentious fashion,
we got that covered and reviewed.
done. And for people who want to have a really good time, share, like, and subscribe this video. Ha 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 ha. Now it's time for
Song of the Week.
this week's song
Appointments.
by
Julian Holt.
Holt.
Yeah,
Is that your-
Julian Holt.
Julian Baker.
Woo!
Julian Baker's Appointments.
Steve Holt.
Steve Holt.
Steve Holt.
She is a singer-songwriter from Tennessee, I believe.
Ooh.
Really cool solo work. It's a beautiful song. She does a lot of cool things with just a few guitars. It's very sparse, very emotional. At one point, she just starts belting near the end of the song. It really is a slow burn of a track. And I just got chills immediately. It was really good. Stay on target. Star Wars, guys. Bye!
Bye.